All right, glad to have you back. Now, the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, says it is in discussions with the Lagos State government to resolve the ongoing dispute over the towing of tanker trucks, which has led to fuel distribution disruptions and raised concerns about worsening scarcity. Speaking with newsmen in Lagos on Tuesday, NUPENG Secretary General Mr. Olawale Afolabi said the union withdrew its services in response to the recent arrest and alleged harassment of tanker drivers by Lagos State security personnel. The conflict began on February 22nd when the Lagos State Task Force impounded several tankers and arrested members of the Petroleum Tanker Drivers Association, a branch of NUPENG, near Dangote Refinery in Ibeju-Lekki for parking on the highway. But let's talk more about this, and I have the right person in the house to speak around this. He's the special advisor to the Lagos State Governor on transportation, Mr. Sola Giwa. Thank you so much. It's good to have you here.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Yes, I think I need to start with what really happened, because the complaint. Okay, let me answer what happened before I now tell you the complaints we also heard.
Okay, so what happened basically is
we're
doing what we have to do.
Okay.
Government's major business is to provide an enabling environment for businesses to thrive.
True.
Government is not in the business of doing business. So the tankers drivers are doing their business, which is essential. Other people are doing their businesses also. Good. Now let me take you back, or rather let me correct one impression.
Okay.
It was not the Lagos State Task Force that went to conduct that operation.
Okay.
It was the Lagos State Traffic Management Agency.
LASTMA.
So we take ownership of that operations that we did. So I'll just take you a step back. If you, in the last 2 years, as a proactive government since Dangote Refinery and then the port itself, as in the Lekki Free Trade Zone, became booming, which is what this government has supported right from onset, and we are still supporting. And you know that area is the highest development real estate in the whole of Sub-Saharan Africa.
Yes.
And then we are deliberate about what we want to happen there. We don't want a situation where that real estate will degenerate into an urban slum. You understand it now. So we want people to be able to do their business, go to their offices, go about their daily lives, live, work safely in Lagos State. So we put in what is called the electronic call system.
Okay.
This is an area where we'll have on a daily basis about 3,000 vehicles, trucks, that will be going into a particular stretch of road. You get it now. So you can imagine looking at the vehicular density of Lagos State, the rate at which the trailer moves or tankers move. They don't move that fast. You understand it now?
Yes.
So as a proactive government, what we did, we set up with of course, with the express permission of the governor himself, we set up what is called a call-up system. That is, every vehicle that wants to come to that zone will have to come in sequence. Okay. That is, either Lekki Free Trade Zone, Lekki Freeport, Lagos Freeport, Lagos Free Trade Zone, Tolerance, Dangote. There are various several stakeholders there, and all of them deal with heavy vehicles. So we say, and there are people living in that axis also, and the expressway, you know the condition of that expressway. Yes. So for us to be able to manage that, we set up this call-up system, and we've been in talk with them for the past 2 years. NUPENG, Moman, Ipman, Dangote, all this, even the community people, the people that live in that community, we've had several engagements. They've agreed that we're going to onboard. And I can tell you for a fact, every other sector, the port, Tolerance, even Pinnacle, all of them have joined. It is only these tanker drivers that refuse to join. So what do we say? We do not want a situation where they will take us to Apapa. You know what happened in Satellite Town? We don't want that to happen. So as a responsive government, as a proactive government, we put this in. So we will not fold our arms where they blackmailed us and said no. However, We've been talking with them. Even Dr. Falabi himself have been to our office severally. We've had meetings in even the office of Dangote Refinery severally, as far back as just last week. But we continue to see this pushback. However, the operation of that Saturday morning was just a routine operation where we see vehicles just line up on the road for nothing. And then we cannot fold our hands and allow them to constitute themselves as the only people that really matters in the society. And it's as simple as that. So our stand is there. So Albert Hall that happened with the intervention of stakeholders in that community or in that industry. We came, so we released the vehicles. They were actually 11, not that much. 30? No, not 30. They were actually 11. And I must tell you, they actually wounded a whole lot of our guys. And that is not something we want to take. They came up with machetes and all sorts of things. We have to defend ourselves. In fact, we actually arrested 14 of their members with arms and ammunition. But at the end of the day, you know, the government is about give and take. Since well-meaning Nigerians are already intervened, the governor intervened, and we decided to let it go. However, with the caveat that that call-up system will have to happen.
They are saying that there are issues of payments in this, and they are not ready to agree to those terms. That's one. They're also saying this routine or inspection or monitoring happened late in the night. So that's what they are talking about. And some of those trucks were loaded. How do you also attend to all of this? So
a truck being loaded does not mean we cannot. For example, a loaded truck come and block the way to your road. We will say because it's loaded, we will not move that truck away from the road. That's very important. We'll have to move them off the road. So what we do on our part is to put cautionary measures so that it will not escalate into something that we do not want. So that is one. However, a service is being provided for you. So let me explain how this service works.
Go ahead, please.
So we have decentralized parks, pre-approved by the state government, about 15 kilometers away from the free trade zone. So as you're coming, if you're coming from outside Lagos, you come from Ekpe, you get into a park before, 15 kilometers before the Eleko Junction. If you're coming from Lagos, for those that serve Lagos, 15 kilometers before, you go into a park there. And then from the back end, where whoever is loading, whichever terminal you want to go, they would have shared with us. I mean, the company that Lagos State approved to do this e-call-up system. They would have shared their schedule with them, and they will be calling them as they are required. I don't know if you understand it now. What does this mean? This is sequencing. So what does it do? That's the service that is provided. Where you're actually staying is also a park. And I must tell you also, they have a particular park they are using. It's a Naval Forward Operating Base inside that free trade zone. We have even approved them to stay there. And we know how much they are paying, but we're saying, no. So what they do is they go into that park and just stay there or park on the road. We say, okay, we would approve this park for you to use, but you would have to put an access barrier there so that anybody cannot just come from Kafansha and say it's going to Dangote or going to Pinnacle. You go there and you go turn by turn. And this is done via electronic call-up. So there is no human interference in this. It is very seamless and transparent. So that is what we're doing. And I must tell you, why we still have issue today in Apapa is because the wet cargoes refuse to join. Anytime you see any problem in Apapa, you will see that it has got to do with the wet cargoes going to load or when they are not loading or something like that. We've been able to handle that of Apapa because this e-call-up system was used by MPA, which the former president actually applauded, and it's still working. That's why you don't have that traffic that you used to have from the port up to Obanekoro, up to Maryland before. So when somebody is working, we have to make sure that we keep, and this has been rejigged so that it can fix all the other issues that we have in that other one. So that is what we are saying, law and order. Nobody is above the law, that's what we are saying.
So now that discussions have started and all of that, for me, I think that there must be peace among both parties. What is the way forward, or what are we looking at moving forward?
Okay, so but we have a meeting tomorrow with them.
Okay.
So this is not something new. So let me explain it to you. We have met well over 30 times.
On this same issue?
I said from Moman to Ipman to NATO to NUPMEN to NNDPR, every stakeholder have been involved in this for almost 2 years. So it's not something, before it was the issue of the pricing, now it was. So I don't know if you're starting.
I think they're still talking about the pricing too.
No, they are not. I tell you they are not.
One of the authorities spoke to me today and said the money the charges is a bit high.
12,500.
According to them, they said
for you to stay in a park. And what they are actually paying in all those illegal parks that they go are far higher than that. And then this is actually very transparent. And I'm not mixing out. That is it. Based on best practices. This is a service that is provided by people. That's, you know, the cost of real estate here in this axis, for you to have a land that can take as much as 500 trucks at a time and give them the turning radius. That's the whole expanse of land. How do they recoup their payments? This money is not coming to Lagos State, no. So this is a way that we are opening up businesses for other people. People have been employed. People that have been employed already, that the trucks, the parks owners are even paying. And the parks are places where that drivers can rest. They can use kitchen facilities. They can use the toilet facilities. Well furnished parks. It's not just
away from what we used to see in Apapa.
So we do not want them to stay on the road and start defecating on the road.
Yeah, that was really a bad thing.
Yes, we do not want that. Like I said, this is the fastest growing real estate in the sub-Saharan Africa, and we cannot allow it to be turned into a slum.
So, like I said, moving forward, what are we expecting that handshake between all
parties? There's a handshake already. I guess it was that operation our routine operation that we did that made them to.
Yes, they were really touched.
Like I said, the whole point is this: government cannot be strong-armed. We will work with them. They are our partners in progress. All of them know me. I know them. I go to the office. They go to my office. We don't have a personal relationship. So we know ourselves, but we are saying, for the sake of tomorrow, our future, we should get things right. And we've seen a whole lot of support from even Alhaji Aliko himself on this, and the entire management team of Dangote, Pinnacle, Lagos Free Trade Zone, the Toleram Group, even the Lagos Port. Everybody has complied. All we just need for this final one, so that we can have a sustainable environment in that axis. That's what we're just saying. We don't want trucks parking on the roads. You know how much it costs to build those roads and maintain them. We don't want that. We just want everybody to work in harmony. Tomorrow we have a meeting, and I'm sure we'll be able to solve it out. This is just like you said, for me to just say my part of the.
So you're agreeing that there is no rancor between you and these guys anymore.
Seriously, there's really no rancor. Like I said, we know what it is. We know what it is. We know what we want as a government. We are determined. We are focused. We'll do what we need to do to give Lagosians the best of life, because that is what the governor promised the people of Lagos when he was given the mandate to lead Lagosians. And that is what we, as his supporters, as his advisors that works with him, we make sure that we deliver on his behalf to the people of Lagos that dividends of democracy, for people to be able to live the quality of life that can be enviable.
Finally, before I let you go, the themes agenda. I know that a lot is working around that, and you know transportation is key in Lagos. Yeah. So what more should Lagosians be expecting from the transportation?
So, in fact, even these axes that we are really talking about, of course, you know, our red line, blue line is already working.
Yes.
The green line, the blue line is already working. The red line is there already, that started. And now we have the green line that is coming. And the green line is going to come all the way from Marina down to this same port. You understand it now? And that will also bring the expansion of this express road. That is one. So a whole lot is coming. In fact, there's a Lagoon Highway also that will connect from Ilubini down to Eleko. So this a lot of things. The governor is focusing on giving Lagosians the ability for them to be able to move with ease, to be able to have that kind of level of a city that is smart, well, efficient, that you can walk and play and have the quality of life that is enviable. That's what I can say.
I say before we wrap this up, the allegations of extortion, not by you, by men of LASTMA and all of that, we keep hearing it. Yes, we hear people will say come up with proofs, and it's very important that people come up with proofs, really. But how are you also trying to check the excesses of LASTMA operatives? It's something that is very important. I just got a tweet again on that, asking me to ask you that question.
That's a question I'm always glad to answer. So, number one, I will answer it, but I will give you a scenario.
Okay.
Enforcement officers, their job is highly unappreciated. And we tell them they know this is a thankless job that they are doing. However, I need you to, and I'm going to say this to our viewers, most times that an enforcement officer is actually working, you see them within a time frame of about, say, maximum 1 minute, and you use that to judge what they are doing. How do I mean? Is either you are driving or you are in traffic, and you see a particular LASTMA man, probably personnel trying to apprehend an offender. You say, you see, that is what they are doing, oh, that is what they are doing. They're just apprehending. You understand that this is causing traffic. However, another person will not see this man when he's like, okay, I don't want to cause traffic. Let this man go, even though he's driving against traffic. But if I say I should apprehend him, it might cause traffic. And you make your judgment. I am not saying that there are no bad elements. Okay. However, what we have done as an organization now is to prioritize their KPI. In the essence that we do not rate you based on the number of vehicles that you apprehend. Okay. However, your KPI is based on reduction in incidents management. If, for example, all we see getting for a particular zone is we have 50 number of arrests today, maybe like you do like 500 arrests every month, or it keeps going up, then there's something you're not doing, because your job in the first instance is to reduce incidents management. Why can't you sit down? Why can't you, as the leader of that zone, come up with a solution that will stop them from driving against traffic in that particular spot? So that is how we rate them down. And we've been doing a whole lot of training, retraining, skill management, soft skill, and even advanced traffic management modules. That's what we're doing. And we'll continue to do that. We will reward them, those that do well. We do monthly reward for the best officers in the zones. And then we also carry out frequent PMB disciplinary for those that are hearing. Good. And we cannot do more than that. But like I said, the main shift for us is that their KPIs is not the number of vehicles that you apprehend or how much you reduce traffic incidents in your zone. And we have seen significant change. Please reach out to us anytime. We have a toll-free number that people can call, 0800 LASTMA. If you can get on it, it's toll-free. Please talk to us. And then we also have an app that you can actually reach. Even if you see LASTMA doing something, because it is on Google Play. Okay. LASTMA Whistleblower. Go there, download it. Immediately you do that, we will get what you're saying. So if you see a broken down vehicle, it will tag us immediately. If you see a LASTMA personnel doing something wrong, it will tag us. But please, Lagosians, let's obey traffic laws. Let's obey the traffic officer. They are doing a human's job for you. Thank you. All right, then, Mr. Sola Giwa, thank you so much. Special Advisor to the Lagos Governor on Transportation. We hope to have you in again when all of this is gone and, you know, everything is normal on that route, and we now know how it's going. We might even come there, visit, and see how the parking and everything is now being done, and orderly, of course, at that time. Thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. It's my pleasure. All right, then. Well, let's take another